So what was it like having twin girls growing up together?
Well, the doctor gave me a hint that from the very beginning to put them in a playpen together and let them sleep, take a nap every day. And then when they were little, they played in that playpen from then until they were able to walk. And I didn't have any trouble with either one of them. But I went back to work in Atlanta when they were 18 months old and had one of the loveliest colored ladies that stayed with them as long as until they were 16.
What was her name?
Alice. And she was just like part of the family. I kept up with her family till they all had passed away.
So when Patsy and Susie were growing up, what were they like? Or do you have any funny stories of them?
Yeah. They were pretty good, as far as I knew. I know one thing, there was a creek across the street back of those houses, and they were not allowed to go back there. But years passed before I found out that they went down there to play all the time. I didn't have much trouble with them. They were good girls.
And did they fight at all, or did they get along?
No, they never did fight, as far as I know. If they did, it was when I wasn't around. They did get along pretty well until dating time.
Oh, what happened at dating time?
They were just a little jealous of each other.
Oh. Do you have any specific stories about that?
No, not really.
But they like the same guys?
No, I don't think they did. The only thing that mattered was that if one dated, the other one wanted to date.
I see. Okay. And then, after they finished high school, they went to college, but they still lived at home?
At Georgia State.
Yeah, okay. And then they got married and they moved away, so.
Yes. That's it.
Okay. So after that, then you and Grandpa, you moved to Woodbury?
Yeah, after he retired and I'm retired.
So how did you like Woodbury?
I didn't want to go at first, but I loved it after I'd been there a while. Mm-hmm. We had the house we bought, Butch tried to get us to have, was not very attractive. And I said, until it was added on, I was not moving down there. So I rode back, and after we moved there, I went every morning back to Atlanta. But finally I quit. Gas was high and it was too far to go.
Okay.
But at that time, the reason my sister lived down there with her boys and spent a lot of time down there over the weekends. Mm-hmm. So we just moved down there, and your granddaddy wanted to have a garden. So he had a nice little garden the first year. But in the meantime, he met 3 men that played golf, and that was the end of the garden.
Okay, well, after a while, after you moved to Woodbury, then you had Patsy and Susie started having kids, so you became a grandma.
Yeah, mother was living, and so that was one reason why I moved down there. She didn't need a lot of attention, but I spent every other night with her.
Okay.
And my sister the rest of the time. And all was fine until suddenly my sister's husband died. Had a heart attack and died. And then a couple of more months, my brother died. And in 2 weeks, my mother died. So I had to move down with my sister. We sold our house and we moved down there. And everything went fine until she passed away. So I had to leave. I had no other place to go. So I just lived with my sister. Ended up sharing my time with Patsy and Susie
Okay.
in different places.
Okay, so let's talk about your grandkids. What's your favorite part of being a grandma?
That's a hard answer. I love to brag about them, but I was so far away that the only time I saw my grandkids was usually during the summer and maybe holidays.
How many grandkids do you have?
Let me think. I guess I only had was Trevor the first one.
Oh, that is a great grandkid. So for grandkids,
Oh, great grandkids had one.
so you have five grandkids,
Five
right?
grandkids.
4 girls and a boy, right?
Two.
4 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 great grandkids, right?
Right.
1 boy and 1 girl,
Mm.
and another on the way any day now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So just a couple of other questions. What event in history had the most impact on you?
I don't think people would like this, but the greatest impact was when Bush was the president, and he was talking to a grammar school, elementary school, and that's when the World Trade Center was bombed, and he calmly sat there and talked to the children until he came to a good stopping place. And that's about all I remember that very well, because people couldn't, they weren't quite fond of him, and I don't know why. But the Bush family was they were a nice religious family, and that's about all I had to say. But that sticks in my mind about that Bush didn't want to scare the kids when the Trade Center was there.
Okay. Another question, totally different. What is the secret to a long life?
Have friends, as long as you can. And eat well, sleep well, have loving parents. That's it.
What do you think about the upcoming election?
I can't make up my mind. I really can't hear well enough or see on the TV to know. There's so many of them and so many talks that I can't keep up with it.
Okay, do you have any words of advice for the other people in your family?
Love each other. Stay together. Don't ever fight each other.
Okay, anything else you want to say to the camera?
No, but I have to say that all my life has been happy.
And what's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
I guess that's medicine the doctor gave me.
What's that medicine?
They said it was something like ginger ale. No, I think they called it, what is it? A frozen margarita.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, what good's that gonna do you?
You didn't say that Susie pushed